In a vast, dark room on a distant spaceship, alien council members gathered, their large, curious eyes fixed on a holographic screen. On it, the aliens were stunned, unable to understand why these humans would laugh when their situation seemed so dire. The aliens belonged to the Zarnak Alliance, a powerful group from different planets across the galaxy. They'd been watching Earth for years, studying humans closely to understand their behavior. Most other species reacted to danger with fear, caution, or even complete panic. But humans were doing something entirely different. They were laughing. The head of the council, a tall alien with a shiny gray head and big unblinking eyes, raised his hand to quiet the room. His name was Counselor Zorak. He leaned forward, staring intensely at the images of humans chuckling and making jokes on the screen. "Why are they laughing?" Zorak asked, his voice filled with confusion. "Do they not understand the danger they are in?" Another council member, a smaller alien named Rix, nodded thoughtfully. "Maybe they are unaware of the risks," he suggested. "Or perhaps they are simply not as intelligent as we believed." Counselor Zorak shook his head. "No, they understand the risks. Our studies show that humans are fully aware of their circumstances. This laughter, it must mean something else." The council members murmured among themselves, each offering their own theory. Some thought it was a sign of foolishness. Others suspected it might be a strange human ritual. A few even wondered if humans were secretly hiding their fear. But none of them could truly understand the logic behind laughter in the face of danger. Finally, Zorak decided that they needed to investigate further. "Let us study more examples," he said, signaling to the holographic display. "Perhaps this will help us unlock the mystery of human laughter." The screen changed to show clips of humans laughing in different situations. In one clip, a group of humans was laughing after a small accident, like slipping on ice. In another, humans were telling jokes while discussing serious issues. The aliens watched as humans seemed to laugh not only at harmless things, but even during moments of stress, fear, and sadness. Rix, still puzzled, leaned forward. "They even laugh at themselves," he observed. "When they make mistakes, instead of hiding or feeling ashamed, they find it amusing?" Counselor Zorak scratched his head, trying to make sense of it. "Perhaps this laughter is a shield," he speculated. "Maybe they use it to protect themselves from feeling weak." The council continued to watch, each alien deep in thought. Slowly, they began to see a pattern. Humans seemed to use laughter to connect with each other, to ease tension, and even to comfort themselves. It was almost as if laughter gave them strength when they needed it most. After a long silence, Counselor Zorak spoke again. "This laughter, it is not foolishness. It is a sign of resilience." The other council members looked at him, surprised. Zorak continued, "Humans seem to use humor as a way to handle their fears. By laughing, they show that they are not controlled by their fear. They refuse to let danger or sadness bring them down." The aliens murmured in agreement, slowly understanding what Zorak was saying. The concept of using laughter as strength was completely new to them. For the Zarnak Alliance, emotions like fear were taken very seriously. They couldn't imagine laughing at anything scary or dangerous. But here were humans, doing exactly that and thriving because of it. "This changes things," Rick said, a hint of awe in his voice. "We may have underestimated these humans. If they can laugh through danger, then perhaps they are stronger than we thought." The council members nodded, each one realizing that this laughter made humans different from any other species they had encountered. Laughter, which they had first seen as a weakness or foolishness, now seemed like a sign of hidden power. Counselor Zorak looked around at his fellow members. "We must approach humans with respect. If they can find joy even in the darkest of times, they have a strength that we do not fully understand. We should be cautious around them." As the meeting ended, the council members left with a new perspective on humans. They no longer saw them as simple beings to be studied or even laughed at themselves. Instead, they viewed them with a kind of wonder. Humans had an ability to laugh at danger, to find light in darkness, and to stay strong when everything seemed lost. In their spaceship, far from Earth, the aliens couldn't help but feel a strange sense of admiration and perhaps a little fear. What kind of species could face danger with a smile? What other strengths might these humans be hiding behind their laughter? For the first time, the Zarnak Alliance felt a genuine respect for the strange, resilient, and endlessly surprising beings from Earth. They realized that laughter was more than just sound. It was a signal of strength, a way to show courage, and a reminder that humans were not to be underestimated. As Counselor Zorak watched the last clip of humans laughing on the holographic screen, he smiled, a rare expression for an alien. Like him, perhaps, he thought, we could learn something from these humans after all. The Zarnak Alliance, an advanced alien council representing planets from all across the galaxy, was deeply confused. In their vast, glowing council chamber, members of different alien species sat around a massive, curved holographic screen. They watched, with wide eyes and curious expressions, as humans on Earth laughed in the middle of chaos. Earth was facing a disaster. A powerful hurricane had struck, buildings were damaged, and many people were struggling. Yet, there were humans laughing. Counselor Trix, a thin, green-skinned alien with shimmering scales, tilted her head in disbelief. "Why are they laughing?" she asked, her voice tinged with confusion. "Their world is in chaos. They should be scared, not amused." Beside her, Counselor Vex, a shorter alien with large silver eyes and a deep, calming voice, nodded in agreement. "Yes, it's baffling. When our people face disaster, we react with fear or sadness. But humans? They respond with laughter. What could it mean?" The council murmured in agreement. For the Zarnak Alliance, laughter was only used for entertainment and relaxation. To see humans laughing in the face of disaster was beyond their understanding. Counselor Morn, the oldest member with a long, wrinkled face and wise, thoughtful eyes, raised his hand to speak. "Perhaps we are missing something important," he said slowly. "Humans are not like us. They have a unique way of handling their emotions." The other council members fell silent, listening carefully to Morn. He was known for his wisdom and had spent many years studying other species in the galaxy. If anyone could solve this mystery, it would be him. "Let us observe more examples," Morn suggested. "Maybe by watching different situations, we can understand why humans laugh when things go wrong." The holographic screen switched to a new scene on Earth. This time, it showed a family sitting together in a dark room. A storm had cut off their power, and they were surrounded by candles. Instead of being upset, they were smiling and joking with each other, laughing as if they were at a party. Counselor Trix frowned, trying to understand. "They are in the middle of a blackout, yet they seem happy?" Morn nodded, his wise eyes thoughtful. "Humans seem to use laughter as a way to connect with each other. Even when things go wrong, they find comfort in each other's company. Their laughter brings them closer." Another counselor, a young alien named Rax, who was new to the council, spoke up. "I think it's more than that. They are laughing to show that they are not defeated. They don't want to give in to fear. Maybe laughter is their way of staying strong." The other aliens exchanged glances, considering Rax's idea. The concept was strange but intriguing. Could laughter really be a form of strength? The screen changed again, this time showing a group of humans in the aftermath of a flood. They were standing knee-deep in water, their clothes soaked, yet they were laughing and joking about the situation. One of them held up a fish he had caught with his bare hands, and the others burst into laughter. Counselor Vex scratched his head, clearly confused. Why laugh at something so terrible? Do they not realize the seriousness of their situation? Morn smiled, a rare expression among the Zarnak. "That is precisely why they laugh, Counselor Vex. Humans laugh because they understand the seriousness. But instead of letting fear control them, they choose to face it with humor. It's a way to show that they are not afraid, that they will survive no matter what." The other council members began to nod, slowly starting to understand. The more they observed, the clearer it became. Laughter was not a sign of foolishness for humans. It was a tool, a way to rise above fear and keep going, even in the worst of times. Trix leaned forward, fascinated. "So, laughter is their strength. It's how they fight against despair." Morn nodded. "Yes, exactly. When humans laugh in a disaster, they are refusing to let the situation defeat them. They laugh to keep their spirits up and to remind each other that they are not alone. The aliens continued to watch, now with a new appreciation for humans. They observed more clips of humans laughing during difficult times, friends laughing after a small car accident, families joking during a financial crisis, and even people sharing jokes in hospital rooms. Each time, the aliens saw how laughter brought humans together, how it helped them stay hopeful and resilient. Rax, who had been quiet, spoke again, now with a tone of admiration. Humans are truly remarkable. They don't run from disaster, they face it with laughter. Perhaps we have much to learn from them. The council fell silent, each member reflecting on what they had just witnessed. They had always believed that intelligence meant avoiding danger and seeking safety. But here was a species that didn't hide from fear. They laughed at it. The idea was strange but inspiring. Counselor Vex, who had been skeptical at first, finally spoke. I must admit, I admire them. They are not just strong, they are brave in a way we have never known. The council members nodded in agreement, each feeling a newfound respect for humans. They realized that the laughter they had once seen as foolishness was, in fact, a symbol of human courage and unity. The Zarnak Alliance left the meeting that day with a changed perspective, understanding that humans were far more resilient than they had ever imagined. As they returned to their respective planets, the council members carried with them the memory of human laughter. They had learned that strength could be found not just in intelligence or technology, but in something as simple and as powerful as a shared laugh. From that day on, the Zarnak Alliance would always remember the lesson they learned from humans, that sometimes the greatest strength lies in the ability to laugh, even when the world seems to be falling apart. In the grand halls of the Galactic Observation Council, a group of aliens gathered to study one of the most puzzling mysteries they had ever encountered: human laughter. The council members came from different planets, each with their own unique form and culture. They had observed many species in the galaxy, each with its own habits, but humans continued to surprise them. At the center of the council chamber, a massive holographic screen displayed scenes from Earth. Humans were laughing in situations that should have been tense or frightening. Floods, fires, even car crashes. Humans seemed to find humor everywhere, no matter how serious the situation. Counselor Trev, a tall, thin alien with dark, shimmering skin, tilted his head in confusion. This behavior is illogical, he said, his voice calm but puzzled. Why would they laugh in moments of disaster? Shouldn't they be focused on survival? Beside him, Counselor Zex, a small alien with 4 eyes and a soft voice, nodded. In our culture, laughter is only used during celebrations or peaceful gatherings. I do not understand why humans would laugh when they are clearly in danger. The council had gathered countless hours of footage showing humans reacting to different crises. Each clip showed humans laughing, joking, and smiling, even when faced with difficulties. To the aliens, this behavior was strange, almost unbelievable. Counselor Mora, the oldest and wisest member of the council, leaned forward, her eyes fixed on the screen. Humans are not like us, she said thoughtfully. They have a unique way of dealing with their emotions. Perhaps laughter is a part of that. The screen showed a new scene. A group of humans was caught in a sudden rainstorm, their clothes drenched. Instead of panicking, they were laughing, running through the rain, splashing in puddles as if they were children. The aliens watched in silence, each one trying to make sense of the bizarre scene. Counselor Treve scratched his head. Rain is a sign of danger in many parts of the galaxy. Yet here, humans are enjoying it? How can they find joy in something that could harm them? Mora smiled gently, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. Humans have a strong ability to adapt. They seem to turn challenging situations into moments of happiness. Perhaps laughter helps them cope with their hardships. The council members murmured in agreement, starting to see Mora's point. Humans were unlike any species they had studied before. While most species focused on safety and survival, humans seemed to find strength in their ability to laugh, even in the face of danger. The screen changed again, now showing a family sitting in a small, dimly lit room. A storm had cut off their power, leaving them in darkness. Yet, instead of being afraid, They were laughing and telling stories by candlelight. One of the family members made funny faces, and the others laughed, their voices filling the room with warmth. Counselor Zex looked at Mora, his 4 eyes blinking in amazement. They are in the dark, yet they are laughing. Is it possible that laughter is their way of overcoming fear? Mora nodded. I believe so. Humans use laughter to stay connected, to remind each other that they are not alone. Even in the worst situations, they find comfort in sharing these moments of joy. The council members began to understand. Laughter was not just a random reaction for humans, it was a tool, a way to stay strong. By laughing together, humans created a bond that helped them face even the toughest challenges. Another scene appeared on the screen. This time, it was a group of friends at a hospital. One of them was injured, with his leg in a cast. But instead of looking sad, the friends were laughing, making jokes about the cast and calling him Robot Leg. The injured human laughed along, his spirits lifted by his friend's jokes. Counselor Trev raised an eyebrow, clearly impressed. They even laugh in situations of pain. It seems laughter is more powerful to them than we thought. Mora smiled, pleased that the council was beginning to see the beauty in human behavior. Yes, laughter is their strength. It allows them to face fear and pain with courage. Where other species might feel defeated, humans find a way to rise above it. The council watched more scenes of human laughter, each one showing how laughter transformed moments of struggle into moments of connection. They saw humans laughing during long, difficult journeys, finding humor in broken machinery, and even making jokes in the middle of dangerous situations. It was clear that laughter was not just a response, it was a choice. Counselor Zex, who had been quiet for a while, finally spoke up. I think we have much to learn from humans. They show us that strength is not only in physical power or intelligence. Sometimes strength is found in the heart, in the ability to laugh even when things go wrong. The other council members nodded in agreement, their admiration for humans growing. They realized that humans were not just a curious species. They were resilient, brave, and unafraid to face life's challenges with a smile. As the council meeting came to an end, Mora addressed the group, her voice calm but firm. Today, we have discovered something important about humans. They have a gift that many of us lack: the ability to turn fear into joy, sadness into laughter. Let us remember this lesson as we continue to study the galaxy. The council members left the chamber with a newfound respect for humans. They understood that laughter was not a weakness, but a powerful tool that helped humans survive. For the first time, they saw humanity not as a strange, unpredictable species, but as a source of inspiration. Back on Earth, humans continued to laugh, unaware that their simple act of laughter had left a deep impression on an entire council of aliens watching from afar. And the council, now filled with curiosity and respect, looked forward to learning even more about this remarkable species. In the end, the aliens realized that human laughter was more than just a mystery. It was a gift, a reminder that even in the darkest times, hope and strength could be found in something as simple as a laugh. In the depths of space, the Galactic Council had gathered once again, their main topic of discussion: humanity. For years, the Council had observed and studied countless species, from creatures with telepathic powers to beings with massive physical strength. But humans were different. They possessed a trait that puzzled and even frightened the Council: humor. The Council's main chamber was filled with representatives from many worlds, each one curious, and, in some cases, anxious to understand what made humans so unique. At the center of the chamber was a massive holographic screen showing scenes from Earth. Every alien's attention was fixed on the images, each more confusing than the last. Humans were laughing in situations that should have been terrifying or stressful. A scene of a human slipping on ice, tumbling awkwardly to the ground, brought laughter among humans watching, but not among the Council. Counselor Ixara, a tall, thin alien with dark, gleaming eyes, leaned forward in confusion. I do not understand, she said, her voice a low, echoing hum. Why do they laugh at something that could cause injury? Shouldn't they react with fear or caution? Beside her, Counselor Brex, a short, round creature covered in soft blue fur, nodded. In my species, humor is reserved for moments of peace and safety. Yet these humans, They laugh at danger, at pain, even at death. It's unsettling. Counselor Zev, the oldest and most respected member, raised a bony hand to quiet the others. We must not judge so quickly. Humans are a complex species. Perhaps humor is their way of coping with hardship. Let us study them further. On the screen, another scene began. It showed a human family huddled together in a dark room, the power gone due to a storm. Instead of fear, they were laughing as one member told a joke. The youngest child covered a flashlight with a cloth to make eerie shadows on the wall, making everyone laugh even more. Counselor tilted her head, her expression puzzled. They are in a dangerous situation, yet they choose to laugh? Do they not realize the potential threat? Zev smiled, a rare sight. Perhaps they do realize the danger. Perhaps laughter is their strength, a way to turn fear into something manageable. The council continued watching, intrigued. More clips played, each one showing humans reacting to difficult situations with humor. They watched a group of friends laughing while fixing a broken vehicle in the middle of nowhere. They saw doctors in a crowded hospital making jokes to cheer up patients. In every scene, laughter was a constant presence, even in moments of struggle or sadness. Counselor Brex shook his head in disbelief. It's almost as if their humor makes them stronger. They face situations that would make most species panic, yet they laugh. Zev nodded thoughtfully. Exactly. Humans use humor as a shield, a weapon against fear and despair. It is as if they have found a way to turn weakness into strength. As they continued their observations, one final scene played on the screen. This time, it was a group of human soldiers gathered around a small campfire. They were in the middle of a dangerous mission, surrounded by unknown threats, yet they were laughing, sharing stories, and making jokes. Their laughter echoed through the quiet night, carrying a sense of unity and strength. The council members sat in silence, each one feeling a strange sense of awe. These humans, though fragile in body compared to other species, had a resilience that could not be ignored. Counselor Ixara finally spoke, her voice filled with a mix of admiration and fear. Their humor. It gives them courage. They do not just survive, they thrive, even in the darkest times. Perhaps it is this laughter that makes them so resilient. Zev looked around the chamber, his gaze settling on each council member. I believe we have underestimated humanity. Their humor, their laughter, is not a sign of foolishness or weakness. It is a form of strength. By laughing in the face of danger, they defy the very nature of fear. The council murmured in agreement, each member deep in thought. They'd always assumed that physical strength or intelligence were the keys to survival. But humanity had shown them something new, the power of humor. Counselor Brex raised his hand. I suggest we continue observing them. There is much we can learn from these humans. Their ability to find joy in hardship could teach us all something valuable. Zev smiled, his eyes twinkling with newfound respect. Yes, let us learn from them. Perhaps, in time, we too can find the courage to laugh when facing challenges. The council adjourned, but the mystery of human laughter remained with them. Each council member left with a sense of admiration and perhaps a touch of fear. They realized that humanity's humor was not just a quirk, but a powerful tool. It was a reminder that, sometimes, the greatest strength lies not in brute force, but in the ability to find light in darkness. As the council members returned to their home worlds, they shared stories of the humans who laughed at disaster, who turned fear into courage, and who taught the galaxy a valuable lesson that even in the face of the unknown, laughter could be the ultimate strength. And somewhere on Earth, unaware of the impact they had made, humans continued to laugh, their voices echoing through the vastness of space, a symbol of their unbreakable spirit.